Hello everyone, my name is Nello from MaxSpeedMotorsports.com. Today I want to talk about the two different types of cameras we do have for our PCM 3.1 backup camera kits. So to the left you have the license plate mount camera, and to the right we have the center mount camera. If you notice, you'll see that the connectors are entirely different. Both cameras are different. Both cameras have their pros and their cons. So let's start with the license plate camera. Right, so for the license plate camera, as you can see, it's built just like the license plate backup light housing on your car. So basically you will have to remove your license plate light housing completely and replace it with the camera. Now this camera does have LEDs built in, so you don't lose your lighting. And the good part with this camera is that it is reversible. So for whatever reason, if you ever decide to remove the backup camera for whatever reason, it is completely reversible, no traces left. It's as if nothing ever happened. Now, the cons, I wouldn't say the negatives, but the parts where it differs from the center mount camera is that once you install this on the right hand side, on the passenger side, you'll see that you're not centered. So in other words, the camera will be off 5 inches from the center. Now, is that a big factor? Not really, to be honest. I mean, it's a wide angle lens. You pretty much catch a nice image in the back, but you are off 5 inches. Once it's installed, it's very difficult to actually tell that you have a 5-inch difference. However, there is a 5-inch difference. Other than that, I can't say that this camera is better than the center mount or vice versa. They're both very good, both of good quality, image spectacular on both. So it's pretty much comes down to what you want in the back. If you want something that's reversible, this is a great option, and it looks good. It looks OEM as well, and that's pretty much it. So let's talk about the center mount camera. As you can see here, the center mount camera has different connectors. You don't need the lighting connector since this goes in the center and you retain your license plate lights. However, as you can see here, you see a threaded stem with the nut and washers. So this camera is meant to be installed permanently by drilling a hole through your bumper and securing the camera with the included hardware. However, there is a way around it. You can watch our video regarding the center mount camera on how to bypass the bumper removal. Now let's talk about the pros of this camera. Of course, the major factor here, it's more visually appealing, it's more OEM looking, and it's really centered. So there is no discrepancy, or you're not off by any inches like the license plate version. This is straight center, with again, no differences in terms of distance from left to right. This is completely centered. Now, what are the cons is obviously drilling a hole through your bumper. So if you're not a fan of drilling through your factory bumper, this might not be a good option for you. Once you drill your hole, of course, that hole is there forever. And the other thing, as far as servicing, for example, the camera, if you ever needed to service the camera for whatever reason, of course, the camera needs to come out. It might be a little more difficult to service than the license plate version. Other than that, both cameras are of equal quality. The lens, the image and lens specifications is the same. Both give you a very good image, and that's about it. Okay, so here I want to talk about the license plate version camera. As you can see here, it might look a little weird. We have both cameras installed. So basically, you pretty much get to see what it looks like and all that kind of stuff. So the license plate mount camera has built-in LED, and it does look good. I mean, even though it's more to the right, it does look good. It does look OEM as well. So the pros about this camera is if you ever need to service it, pretty much comes off easily. And if you ever need to reverse the installation, there is no traces whatsoever. However, here are the cons of installing the license plate version. Of course, as you can see here, the center mount camera is centered. if you were to measure from the camera lens here to this camera, we're talking about 5 inches. So technically you're off 5 inches. Is that a big deal? Not really. I mean, the camera's a wide lens, and as you're backing up, you're getting a pretty good idea of what's behind you. 5 inches will not affect your judgment unless in a particular situation where, you know, anything is possible. 5 inches, I'm not sure if that could affect your judgment. However, you are 5 inches off. And the other thing to also acknowledge about installing the license plate camera is that, of course, the lighting is not as powerful. You have 2 LEDs versus 2 big LEDs on this version. As I can see, there's a difference. These are twice the size of these ones. So lighting will differ. You're gonna have more lighting on this side than on this side. And color temperature is different as well. It's not a perfect match to the OEM lighting. However, not a big deal again. It blends in and it looks good. I've had this camera installed on my 981 for 2 years now. You know, testing phase plus having a camera just like anybody else. I enjoyed it, never had an issue. And now it was time for me to test the center mount. Not test, but I just wanted a change. And I wanted something that was centered. And I figured, let's do the installation. As you know, sometimes I get lazy myself into, you know, doing something for my car. So it's done now. It's installed, and I will retain the center mount camera. Thank you very much for watching.